What's up, guys? It's Delta here, and I'm just going to be doing a basic tutorial today. It's just on gun syncing. And what this is of course, just syncing your shots to the music that you're playing. So I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to go with a sniper clip today. I'm not going to be doing any machine guns. That's just a little much for right now. So first you want to find your clip and you want to find your song. Make sure your clip is in about 60 frames per second, because if it's any lower than that, it's going to get some gross, nasty, choppy looking stuff. So make sure your clip is in 60 frames per second. My composition settings is set to about 1280 by 720. It's honestly your choice what you want to set your width and height to, but make sure it matches your clip. So if your clip is 1920 by 1080, make sure your composition is set to 1920 by 1080 so you don't get the nasty black bars on the outside. So what you're going to do is you're going to drag your clip right here. And after you drag your clip, you want to mark kind of where your shots are, just so you kind of know. Well, honestly, you don't have to in this case, but I guess go ahead if you want. But what I did was I already went ahead and I marked where I wanted to put every single shot in the clip. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure this is all rendered out, and you're going to watch it. And as you're watching it, at every beat you want a shot, put a marker there. So on Mac it's pressing and holding Control 8. And on PC it's pressing and holding Control... No, actually, I take that back. It's just pressing the star button on your numeric keypad. If there's any other ways, I don't know. I don't use PC, but but yeah. So back to the tutorial. So after you set all your markers at all your shots, what you're going to do is you're going to go to your first keyframe. And what you're going to do is you're going to place where your first shot hits. So you're going to find your first shot. You're just going to drag your clip along just to kind of match it up to the first marker. So my first shot is right there. So now what you can do is you can kind of see where your first shot hits, and that's one less you honestly have to sync to. So after you get that first shot, I like to add a little bit of twixtor at the end, kind of after it, just to give it a nice slow motion effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the spot where my guy he comes out of his aim down sight and the gun is kind of back already. So I'm going to go to this spot and I'm going to grab my Twixtor Pro and I'm going to drag it on. My Twixtor settings, you want to set your frame rate right here to your clip's frame rate. So in my case, mine is 59.94. The reason why you do this is to stop ghosting. And if you don't know what ghosting is, it looks like this. It's really nasty, and yeah. If you notice around here, when I go back and forth, you can kind of, oh, wow, okay. You would be able to kind of see like a weird type of ghosting going on. Like if you look right here, see that? Now watch what happens when I change it back to 59.94. That goes away. It just gives it a nice cleaner look to it. So go back to your spot. So go back to wherever you had your original spot. And so after you have your frame rate set to its normal frame rate, go here where it says image prep, and you're going to change that to contrast and edge enhance. And that's basically just going to make the edges look more sharp and more clean. And then go down here to main BG layer settings, and you're going to change the sensitivity to 100, so that'll give it the full sensitivity of Twixtor, which makes it look really good. Okay. So now you're going to go down here, you're going to click on this little arrow, and that's going to bring down the effects, and then you're going to go there, click on Twixtor Pro, output control, and then here you'll see your speed and warping and all that good stuff. Don't mess with anything, all you really need right now is speed. So what you're going to do is you're going to click your first keyframe, and the reason why you do this is because, let's just say you set this to 2. What that's going to do is it's going to reset your whole entire clip as a 2% speed clip, which you don't want to do that. So you're going to set your first keyframe as 100. You're going to go over one keyframe by pressing Control forward or Command forward, whichever device you're using. And you're going to change your speed to whatever you prefer. I honestly prefer 2 or 4. Don't ever go, I guess, above 20. That's just, it'll kind of leave a nasty ghost. So I like to choose 2 or 4. I'm just going to go with 2 in this case. So it's going to give you a nice, clean, slow motion. I'm not going to render it out just yet, just because I kind of want to get this tutorial done. But so yeah. So you're going to get that nice slow motion, and then I want the shot at this next at this next keyframe right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back probably about 10 keyframes, 10, 15 keyframes, and I'm going to set another keyframe for the twixtor. And the reason why you set another keyframe is because if you set this straight up to 100, it's going to transition from this original 2 keyframe that you set, and it's going to transition its way up to the 100%. So you're going to set another 2 keyframe, going to go forward 1 keyframe, and then you're going to set it to a number. Honestly, at this point, it's guessing and checking. I'm going to set it to 100, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to set your next shot up for this keyframe. So I'm going to need to make mine faster. So at 100%, he doesn't quite make the shot. So I'm going to set it to, let's just say 200. I'm going to go to that point, and he's getting close to the shot. He's not quite there, but I'm going to go here, change to maybe 225. Go back here. Still not. I'm going to go 250, see if that's closer. It's a little closer. 300, let's try that. Okay, that's a little bit after the shot. So then I'm just going to go to 75. That should do it. Alright, yeah, that should be good. The shot is, yeah, the shot's right there. So, after you get your shot, you're going to go through it a little bit, and you're going to go back to you're basically going to do the same thing you did for the first shot, but now you're just going to do it to your second one. So you're going to your spot to where you want to set the slow motion again. So in my case, it's right here. So you're going to set another keyframe at 275 for the same reason that you would set that other keyframe at 2, because you don't want it to transition its way to the 2%. So then you're going to go forward a keyframe, and you're just going to set it to, let's just say 2. I just prefer 2. So after you set it, it's going to get that nice looking slow motion again. And basically you repeat the process for every single shot. So I'll do one more just to kind of show you guys. So I'm going to set another keyframe, go forward a keyframe, and I'm going to set the speed up to a faster speed so that I can match the shot to this part right here. So I got it all set up to where the shot hit that next part. So then I'm just going to go forward again about until here, and I'm going to set, actually I'm going to go back one more. So I'm going to set another keyframe, and then I'm going to go forward 1 and then set it to 2. So then it'll give it that nice looking slow motion. So now I'm just going to render this out, and then I'll be right back whenever that's all done. Alright, so this is what it's going to end up looking like. Of course, it doesn't look that good right now, but that's because, well, one, I didn't turn off my volume, which I totally forgot to tell you guys to do in the very beginning of the video. So you turn off the clip volume, and in my project, I already added the intervention sound. I would highly recommend getting this guy's editing pack on YouTube. It's the Williams Ultimate COD Sniper Sound Effects Pack. This is definitely my favorite of all time. If you go, I'm just going to show you real quick. It has every sniper rifle and every sound for the sniper rifle. So this has the bolt, the reload and rechamber, and it has the shot. It has all that good stuff. So I'd highly recommend getting this guy's sound effects pack on YouTube. But anyway, back to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in my intervention sound, and I always go into the waveform, which is pressing LL. Because every once in a while you'll get one of those little clips that have a little pause between there. So what I like to do is I like to cut out the beginning. So in order to cut it out, what you do is you go to the spot where you want to split it, you press and hold Control Shift D or Command Shift D depending on what device you're on. And when you clip that, you just delete the bottom one, which is the part that you wanted to clip. So now you just drag it to your shot and you just put it in place. And if you press and hold Shift, it'll lock on. It'll lock on to its point, so you don't have to, do fine tuning and stuff. So, actually, you know what? I'll put that back. I'm just going to duplicate. In my case, it's Command D, but for Mac, I believe it's Control D. It could be something else, but yeah. So I'm just going to put this in place here. Then I'm going to go to the next spot, and I'm going to put the sound right there. Now if I play it back, it'll sound so much better, and it'll have a good sound to it, rather than the nasty offbeat sound. Yeah, so these two are good. I just had to clean up this one a little bit. It was a little off, but anyway, you get the point. So after you set your sound, it'll sound really good. And of course, I'm not going to get into any special effects other than twixtor right now. Of course, you can add color correction, screen pumps, black bars, whatever you want to give it a nice, better look. So that's basically it for this tutorial. If you have any more questions, I guess you can comment down below and I can try and help out and answer whatever questions you have. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.